Welcome to Rendering Insights. In this video, we're going to be drawing a motocross race helmet. So if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please like and subscribe down below. Okay, this is the drawing we're going to be doing. Again, we're going to be doing the line work in Illustrator and then bringing it into Photoshop and putting some color on it. All right, let's get started. All right, we are in Illustrator. The first thing we need to do is get our basic outline of our helmet. And whether you use that photograph of your helmet or grab something online, I had already drawn out this helmet previously for some other paint projects I've been doing. So I already had this, and it's just one that I made up. It isn't any particular brand. I just kind of made up some detail lines in this vent and so forth, put some goggles on it. It works because I know the strap is going to go across here and it will interfere with the graphics. So it's a good template to play with. All right. The next thing we're going to do is play with our graphics. And in this case, this paint job is going to have kind of a retro Yamaha style paint graphic on it, but it is going to be on a little more modern Moto style helmet. So this is what I came up with for the graphics layout. Now, the helmet it's going to be going on is going to be in a rye, so I just kind of made this target for their logo to go in here. But you can see the Yamaha, that yellow and black graphic, you can see where that's going to go. All right, and the only other thing that we did here in Illustrator was go ahead and put the number in. And in this case, I went ahead and put it on a target background. Just decided to do it that way this time. All right, we will bring all this line work into Photoshop and put some color on it. Okay, we have brought our line work here into Photoshop. Let's go ahead and make maybe 3 copies of this layer. So on the right hand side, drag that layer down to that little plus sign and make maybe 3 copies just so we have them. We'll probably use 2 for sure, but never hurts to have an extra one. All right, remember the purpose of this drawing is to figure out this paint scheme for this paint job. All right, so on this first line layer, we're going to go ahead and drop in our base colors. So here is that yellow and black, and you can see right away that it has that nostalgic Yamaha feel to it. And I just put this gray color here on this goggle strap to start with, and we can play with that a little bit as we go. All right, on our next layer, go ahead and open that up and we'll start playing with a little bit of shadows and a little bit of highlights. We don't have to do a lot of rendering on this drawing because it's a guide for painting, just to know where to mask off our helmet. But it's nice to throw a little bit of detail on it. So here's that next layer. See what that does? We select with our magic wand tool this upper panel in here and this layer right here, or this section rather. And then we grab our white in our paintbrush tool and open it up, and we can just kind of lightly brush that white in there, and it just gives it that illusion of highlight in there. So it just helps get a feel for what this helmet's going to look like. The same thing on these lower panels. We can select these and just brush that little white in there. Same with this goggle strap. Select this layer with the black, get in here and put a little shadow underneath down on the bottom and a little white on top. Get that brush real small and brush it along that edge so it looks like it rolls over, and then open it up and just kind of brush in back here. All right. So on our next layer, we're going to play with this goggle lens. I wanted to do kind of a cool blue reflective lens on here, and then we'll play with some trim detail on this other layer. So this is what I came up with on that. Okay, down on this rubber trim, it is what it is. I select it. You can select this layer, get in here with your black, and just brush along the bottom. And of course, this is a little detail molded into this make-believe helmet. So we're going to brush in here kind of dark, and then up here, select that and just brush that black down below. And it's pretty cool what you can do in Photoshop. You select this panel, put a little bit of dark, real light underneath here and a little bit of white here, and it automatically gives you the shape of what's going on here, this little concave cone shape in here. So that's nice. Same thing with this area. You can select this and just put the shadow under here, and it looks like that visor is sitting on top of that helmet shell. Okay. On this goggle lens, there again, put in a base color of this really light blue, and then grabbed this little darker blue with the paintbrush tool after selecting this area, and just brushed in, just played with it till I got what I wanted. And a little green tone over here, a little sea foam almost in there, but I just like what that did. It just creates a little bit of interest for the drawing. All right, let's start putting in, these are our Arai logos, throw on there. Okay, and oftentimes when you're doing fills or shading in here, your line work can get a little weird. See, it gets a little goofy up here. It gets a little, I don't know, funny. So it's nice to have an extra line layer to drop on top and clean all that up. See what that does? It's amazing. It just tightens everything up. So it looks pretty nice, pretty clean. All right. On this visor mount on here, I wanted to detail that out a little bit. There isn't much mechanical to render or to play with on here, so I wanted to play a little bit in there. Okay, so selecting each of these areas one at a time with that magic wand, and then just brushing in some shadow, and then just playing with this bolt. Just, I don't know, having some fun with it, so there's something cool to look at, okay? Now for that number we had, remember we've already put our highlights in here, and right now we're going to put that number on top, but on another layer on top of that, I'm going to open it up and grab my white like I did before, and just brush on top, because you don't want it the same value as it was on the yellow, because it's not going to read the same over this number. So this is what I came up with. Real lightly, just getting in here and brushing this so it looks like there's a little reflection over the top of that number panel. All right. Well, there's our basic helmet. I didn't go crazy putting a guy's name or putting Yamaha or goggle name or anything on there. We just needed a guide how to mask off this helmet to paint it. So this gives us a pretty good idea how this is going to work. And just for fun, I decided to go ahead and throw a background on here of dirt. This is a dirt bike helmet, so here's a toned down dirt background. But you can do a lot of fun things, like if you want to put a shadow behind here so the helmet pops out a little bit, you can do that. All right, well, there's a quick look on how to do a graphic layout for a paint job on a Moto style helmet. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please check out our other videos available on Rendering Insights.